Now, it is 7:44. If your computer software has problems, you would assume that the company who made it would be there to help.
Not anymore, though, if you have Windows XP on your computer. It's used by 1 in 4 computers around the world, but now there's an issue, as Steph can explain.
Yeah, lots of computers still use this, which is something like 12 years old now, so lots of people concerned about what it will mean for them. Good morning. Yes, Microsoft has decided to stop supporting customers with one of its old operating systems, which is used by many UK businesses. Now, you'll know if you have it if your screen looks like this when you're starting your computer. Now, Microsoft say computers running this software will now be vulnerable to attacks, putting customer information or business data at risk. Now, one of the big users of this system is the government, who say a significant number of public sector computers have it, so it's now paying $5.5 million to extend its support from Microsoft. Well, with me now is Paul Filsidis, who's a director at the internet security company NCC Group. Good morning to you.
Morning.
What does it really mean for people who still use Windows XP?
So nothing's going to happen today. You know, it's not going to suddenly stop working or something like that. What it really means is that going forwards, if there are new issues, security issues being found with XP, that there won't be regular sort of updates and patches. So if you're the sort of person that responsibly updates your computer every time it prompts you to do so, you won't be getting any of those anymore really going forwards.
And does that matter?
Well, it does, because as software gets older, particularly these old operating systems, I mean, XP's been around for 14 years or something, so they do find new issues. Researchers and hackers find new problems with the operating system, and then they can actually sort of exploit those issues for the users. So it does matter.
So what can you do about it?
Well, there's a couple of things you can do. The most important one really is which is what Microsoft want you to do, is to really consider upgrading your operating system to something newer. Of course, the problem with that is that these days, if you put a new software on your computer, you probably find you need new hardware as well. So it probably isn't a simple case of updating the software. Some of the other browsers, things like Google Chrome and Firefox, are still extending their support into next year. So it's probably a thought to maybe move to use one of those to keep yourself protected. And Microsoft have actually said that they're going to keep doing antivirus updates for their security software. So it's not a complete abandonment at this point.
Interesting, though, that the government are going to pay quite a substantial amount of money to extend that. I mean, is it partly a money-making exercise in that sense, that people will be buying this support from them?
I suppose so. I mean, it must be costing, this software is very old. I mean, there's actually 2 further versions of Windows since XP, now 7 and 8. It's costing a lot of money to sort of maintain it. It's a bit like car manufacturers maintaining sort of 30-year-old cars or something. I mean, they're not normally really expected to do that. You normally have to go and get your parts from somewhere else, and it's the same kind of thinking, really. As far as the government's concerned, I mean, the update, the extended support agreement probably makes good financial sense, because, as I said, normally updating the software implies updating the hardware, and that's obviously a much bigger expense than probably the $5.5 million that they've spent on the software support upgrade.
OK, Paul, well, thanks for explaining that to us. So nothing will happen today if you've got it. It's just future things with viruses.
Yes.
Excellent. Thanks for explaining that to us. That's it for me for now.
See you later, Steph. Thanks.
13 minutes to 8. Let's catch up with the weather. Here's